morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Napoleon Toll, and today we're back with another episode in the Dutch campaign for our Scramble for the Far East campaign of the Dutch. Duh, it's the Dutch. Last episode we were looking at Korea. And we eventually do see all of Korea in the sense that, Korea is big. Really big. 11 provinces at the start of... 10 provinces at the start of the game. But now Korea is somewhat dwindled because the Russians are at war with Korea. Yes. At this point, it's just a grab. It's just we're trying to see as fast as we can between me and the Russians to see who can get more land from the Dutch. So yes, I do not want to be traveling through China to invade Russia, but I do think we have to. So that means that I do have to invade as quick as possible, as fast as possible, and as quick as possible, essentially. Trade agreement with the no, never mind. I don't want to. The British are a big threat, and while we already seen the massive British army from a turn ago. This turn, we are just preparing to declare war on the British. So many things need to be prepared, and so many things after that need to be prepared after the things that have to be prepared, which means we have to prepare even more. So essentially, all I said meant that we have to be preparing. We are getting some more steamboats, but eventually we're going to get ironclads. So that's going to be very good for our navy. In terms of army, we really don't have a response. Thankfully, Japan has a lot of ocean. What am I supposed to say? Like, Japan has a lot of land? Yeah, there is a lot of land. But, yeah. At least we have a big navy, is what I'm trying to say. This navy is able to block off this strait. The British are still able to pass because they're not at war, but for some reason they're not passing, so that's interesting. I'm just gonna see what I can do with my geishas. Honestly. I already know what's in Harmina, so we're gonna see what the British have in store for us. They have a lot of units that I can't really see, but their units are quite good. Quite good. Black Watch, Colonial Highlanders, Colonial Gordon Highlanders to be exact, and they have other armies. The British are enemies with a lot of people. The United States, Wakayama, Tukusoka. Oh dear God, that's a lot of people right next to me, which does mean the United States is not right next to me. They're like to the right, to the British, to the east of the British. So that does mean we will get some pressure taken off of us, although it does look like the British are sending most of their troops west, which is a big bummer. Because I'm eventually just going to declare war on the British, and I don't really want to deal with that massive army that I do not want to deal with. But that said, this army is slowly going to come to Korea, and we're going to disembark, and then after that, Ferdinand is going to take Busan. Ferdinand is the general, by the way. And we're moving more troops to Bingo and Bichu. We're trying to raise another army without a general at Bizen, but that's going to take time. Prussia is running around with their fleets, and their fleets are not the best. The British haven't even focused on a single ship, so that's interesting. The British want a trade agreement for 24k. No, I'm going to declare war on you if you keep asking for that. Well, actually, no, I'm going to declare war on you either way. So, not a big thing you can do right there. United States has the biggest navy as of right now. What I don't know is how modernized they are. And we do see a French fleet in, well, one French ship in Nikita. But, what can we do? We can raise another army. So yeah, we're gonna do just that. Oh no, we have a rebellion in Inaba. They're gonna attack, or we're just gonna defend. They have 4 units of revolver cavalry, and that's quite terrifying. But we have an entire fortress that they have to deal with. So yeah, good luck coming and storming in. Thankfully, our fortress has 2 layers, one in the outer, one in one in the inner, of which most of the air towers are pointed outside, so that means I do have to defend the outside more. And another good thing is that we have 2 choke points, one across this bridge and the one on the other side. The enemy are taking casualties as they are crossing the bridge, so that's a very good thing for us. And the second they cross the bridge, well, they're just gonna get volleyed in the face, literally, because we have guns. Unfortunately for us, on the other side, the enemy is able to cross the bridge because their spawn is literally in front of the bridge. What I don't get now is how are these guys not able to cross. I honestly don't get it. But most of the enemy cavalry is split between both bridges, so that's going to be interesting. As the enemy come across, we're just going to fire away with all our guns that we physically can. On the other side, in which the bridge is acting like a choke point, these guys are slowly getting gunned down, and they're marching towards us in a very column fashion, which does mean is that even if our shots don't hit the first person, as long as they go over the second dude, they are almost guaranteed to get a hit. But yes, we also have 2 matchlock towers opening fire. Matchlock towers are not as good as archer towers or arrow towers, but hey, any advantage that we have, we need to use. Speaking of advantages, the enemy has the advantage of mass numbers. Unfortunately for them, I have the advantage of the walls and people who are willing to fight for me inside of those walls holding guns from 300 years ago. Not to mention the fact that these guys, when defending, are pretty good against these levy spearmen. So yes, we're able to do some damage. Eventually we're going to have a hard time as the numbers keep coming up because our guys are not meant for melee, and these levy spearmen, although they're not the best in melee, they actually can do something. And I think, at this point, I think this is Saber Cavalry, so yeah, we're going to have a bigger problem. But eventually we're able to hold, and that's all we need to do right now. But you do see from the outside that there's a lot more troops just preparing to mass up to charge at us. We're just trying to open as fast as we can, but these 300-year-old guns seem to prove that they are not good at reloading, essentially. Once again, we do have the enemy just climbing over the walls and trying to attack us on this side, but we are able to hold them off. Our officer in this wonderful looking hat and blue uniform is looking quite good. Thankfully for us, we are able to rout most of the enemy army because they don't have a general, which we killed last episode. So if you haven't watched the last episode, please watch that. But now the enemy is going to have their cavalry come towards us, and honestly, I don't know what they're doing. They look like they'll be running their cavalry around, which if I did learn a lesson from one of my Discord members. He said, if the enemy makes a mistake, don't question it, just take it. Which, thank you. Jam, I think. Constantine, Jam. Yeah, I'll just be doing that. And the enemy is going to be retreating en masse. For some reason, because the enemy cannot come into this castle, we have a hard time getting out of this castle ourselves. The roads to get out of this castle is really complex. And to make the situation worse, I was about to send a unit out to chase them, but they had to go all the way around this castle to get out. So I decided, yeah, you know what, never mind. By the time they arrive here, the enemy are long gone. So yes, that's that. But that's a lot of men running away. We've lost 198, the enemy lost 1840. And that was a pretty good trade. And now it's winter. Yay, now it's winter. Winter has finally come to the lands of Japan. Winter is coming. I think that's kind of old. Winter is coming to mean. But Yeah, there's not a lot of things I can do with this massive British army. I do have night battle for some of my generals, but taking a 1v1 will just lead me to slowly die because we are eventually just gonna take casualties, guys. It's not like we're not taking casualties. And to make somewhat the better situation, I'm just gonna send my fleet to go away to see if the British actually fall for the trap to get their troops on the island. Because if the British put their troops on that island, we can just essentially, well, send our fleet back to garrison the point in which they cross back, so they are not able to cross back. And what happens after that is they start taking winter attrition, and after that, I just take all the British territory, while most of their armies on stuck on that one island, and they still have to pay upkeep for that army on that one island. So that's a pretty good, benefit for me. Yeah, really good benefit for me. Really enjoy that. So yeah. What else is going on? I think I said in some of my videos that I do have this paranoia when dealing with essentially province management, and that is I always feel that there's something wrong. But thankfully for the Dutch, that really diminish, for better or for worse. I'm just gonna produce more infantry at this point because our public order is not really an issue, and when it is an issue, you can easily crush it, and so that's gonna be good for us. And I obviously I know in Carlos mod, Izzy, which is working on by Izzy. Thank you, Izzy, for all your work on Carlos mod. But I know in Carlos mod, the Carlos Wars, Izzy is trying to make public order an issue, and it is an issue. Like, but for those who don't know, the Carlos War mod is essentially a mod that covers the Carlos War, in which the Spain is like the Spanish Civil War. Actually, no, it's before the Spanish Civil War, and it is linked to the Spanish Civil War. It's just like 1850s, imagine Spanish Civil War there. It's actually more like 1820s, like... Actually, no, it's more like 1830s. But yes, essentially what happens is that the Carlists and the Conservatives are just gonna fight a war, and they're straight out gonna go at each other's throats. And so yeah, that's that. And the first thing that happens in the Carlist War is that all of Spain revolts against whoever's Spain. Imagine playing as Spain for the first time and all of Spain just revolts. Even Madrid. So you're in a pretty bad situation. But anyway, yeah, public order and Carlist mod actually exist. Yay. I should note that's kind of bad from the player perspective. I prefer to lead troops. I prefer to build up my economy for a war, and I honestly just like to send armies to battle. But yes, let's, in turn, our fleets are slowly getting onto Busan. And at this point, I'm waiting for my army on that island to replenish, and after they replenish, I can successfully invade Busan. But I don't think I'll be invading during the winter, so they're going to be on their ships right outside of Busan, looking hungrily at Busan. But yes, more about the Carlist Wars. Really am interested in the Carlist War. Yeah. For those that are wondering, I just searched it up, by the way. The Carlist Wars took place from the first Carlist War. There's 4 Carlist Wars, let's say. The first Carlist War started from 1833 to 1840. The next one started from 1846 to 1849. The third one lasted from 1872 to 1876. And then the fourth one, instead of being called the Carlist War, it's called the Spanish Civil War, and lasted from 1936 to 1939. That is the Carlist War in which I think I know most about, because that is the one that featuring Franco and the Nazis and Soviets and the Comintern and all those wonderful people. But anyway, basically the conservatives and the liberals were just going at each other's throats, supported by France and the British and Portugal and whatnot on either side. The enemy has decided to attack us again on this fortress, and we're just gonna delete them, literally. I do have to send an army to garrison this fortress, so that is gonna be a pain. Actually, no, not a big pain, but it's just gonna be interesting. So yes, that's that. We're gonna be doing this, and that. And I have to do a lot of other stuff in terms of getting rid of these armies. I have no idea what's that guy decided to siege my palace, or whatever you want to call it. But that's kind of stupid, honestly. It's the AI, by the way, so not really much you can do. But yeah, I just have to deal with stuff, killing a general or two, or just going around. And yes, but yes, it is kind of interesting. Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I'm just massing up forces at Bison at this point. Not a lot of interesting stuff. Still have to find a way to deal with that massive British stack right there. I can start enchanting the enemy armies. That was the enemy army in which I just clicked on. I'm an idiot. This direct army is not really needed. Enchanting enemy army is needed. Enchantment failed. No surprise. 16%. Holy, that's very low. And we see another British stack. What in the name of God? Bruce James. I think that's the faction leader. I think. Get this port to a military wharf. And these guys should be able to replenish faster. Although we are taking winter. We are taking winter replenishment, meaning that in winter we get less replenishment. But we are going to end the turn again. Nothing much is really going to be interesting. I really do hope that the British declare war on me. Oh wait, what? That British army moved away from Harmina. That's pretty good. That's honestly good. At this point I may find the invasion to be much easier. I have no idea what the British are doing. The United States are just like running around with ships. What in the... Okay. This army is looking for death. We're gonna quick save. We're gonna auto-resolve. And yeah, well, this army has been taking winter attrition. I don't think we lose anyone. Oh, actually, no, we do. Under 42 killed, lost the entire enemy army. That's quite impressive. For the enemy just to do something like that. And now we are looking at the next turn. A military advisor increases in rank. Where is he? Technology researched. I wonder which one it is. I hope it's the ironclad one. Ah, yes. Good. Kill the enemy spy, please. I wonder who's at war. Okay, Tongo is foreign, so we do have to start massing our armies up for Tongo. I want to have these two armies hide in the forest. No, let's just put this army outside. Let's just put the spy outside of Tongo. Train the troops. And you, spy, move there. I have way too many spies up in the north, and I have almost no to none spies in the south. The United States are bombarding the heck out of Tongo Port. I seriously wonder where the British army is. I'm gonna enchant. All these people have pretty low enchant. I'm pretty sure it'll fail. Yeah, enchantment failed. Enchant again. Oh, 29. Try it. And the enchantment has... Oh, succeeded. Entrenching a non-hostile character is an act of war. I do not want to go to war with the United Kingdom. Not yet. So I'm just going to cancel the enchantment. But good to know I can actually enchant you. Even if I actually went to war because of that, literally, my northern armies are not ready. And even if I do enchant him, he's going to die. Like, literally, he's going to die. This army needs to be sent to Inaba so we can get the public order up, although it's pretty up there because we have a castle. And we have to keep recruiting troops in Mizu. Well, let's end the turn. The British actually did it. They sent an army on the island. It's only one army, I realize that, but honestly, like, I don't know what the British are gonna do with that one army. They're at war with the island, of course. So that's why they're sending troops on that island. The Tory want a peace treaty. That's just a sign of weakness, and I'm gonna reject that. Our assassin detected. Public order is not an issue. It is in the base game, by the way. I think I know what's going on. The Okayama. I'm at war with the Okayama. I do want peace with the Okayama. But not now. These people are hostile. No surprise. Okayama. They're at war with everyone, even with Prussia and the United States. Okay, you won't want a peace treaty. I won't force you to do it, because you're not a threat. I'd rather prefer you just deal with the British. And I watch the two of you die. That's way better for me. But now I might just... I don't know what to do with my spies. Send the spy to Tamba. I'm gonna... Whoa, that's not good. I want you to siege the lanes, not attack the lanes. I think we're ready to attack with this army. We're gonna siege it. And we're gonna bring the other army in. You. Move here. We're gonna auto-resolve this, but I do have the quick save because the numbers don't look good. Yeah, it's not good. We're gonna take heavy casualties. 1,000 for 1,800. Oh yeah, that's kind of bad. Honestly, but still, I wouldn't have fought that battle myself. Because if I did, it'll take even more casualties. Because the enemy has arrow towers / matchlock towers. And once again, I don't have an answer for them. To the north, I'm finally bordering the United Kingdom, so that's good. And, I'm just, like, my troops in the down south are just waiting impatiently to declare war on the United Kingdom. You, come here. You, come here. Enchant this British army. Not yet, though. We're gonna upgrade you to get more training out of you. And David, you're gonna be leading in the attack on the United Kingdom. Prussia, the United States, and Kanazawa are gonna be joining the United States and us. Well, are gonna be joining us and our allies. Oh, there is an army outside of Harmina. Not a threat. Definitely not a threat at all. We're gonna send the other army in. And we're just gonna see what happens. Agents, can you please enchant this guy now? 13%, that's kind of low. But, enchantment failed, no surprise right there. You have the 29%, enchant him again. Hopefully he comes to our side. Nope, enchantment failed, but that's fine. The British lose a province. I'll resolve this. His name is Pope Nicholas. What in the name? Pope Nicholas. What the heck? Alright, sure, we're just gonna destroy the Pope. We're gonna kill the Pope. We're gonna kill the Pope, dear God. Harmina is ours. Peacefully occupy. You person there, repair this place. Field artillery school is essentially useless. I can get Marines off the bat, but this is a joke. Delete this. And this place cannot produce dudes in terms of Dutch East Indies units, so we do have to get troops from elsewhere. I'm gonna bombard the British army on this Royal Marines kill. Whoa, that's quite a lot for a bombardment. But yes, we're just gonna sit here and wait. The army in Beeson moved to Harmina. But not now, until we get the full stack. But yes, that is War of the British. We have struck in first. And the British have lost the province. But more problems are just going to be arising very, very, very soon. I think. I hope those problems are not going to be forever. But that's it, let's end the turn. And let's see what the British do. Actually, I don't think we're gonna see what the British do, because I think this episode is almost at an end. So that's it, have a great day guys, and I'll see you in the next one.